Hey everyone, welcome back to Stoic Strength Hub. Today, we're addressing a fascinating topic that stirs both curiosity and debate. Do high-value men speak differently to women? This isn't just about how they talk, but about how their mindset shapes their communication. There are layers to this, from confidence to emotional control, and from setting boundaries to knowing when to be silent. In today's video, I've broken this topic down into 9 lessons. Each one will help you uncover the subtle shifts in communication style that define men who embody value, purpose, and self-mastery. Stay with me as we explore the art of meaningful conversation from the lens of high-value men and the principles of Stoicism. Lesson 1. Presence over words. High-value men understand that their presence often speaks louder than words. They don't feel pressured to fill every moment with conversation. Their energy carries weight, creating a sense of calm and confidence that others naturally gravitate toward. When they speak, it feels intentional, like each word has meaning. There's no nervous chatter or over-explaining, only deliberate expressions. In a conversation with a woman, they focus more on being present than trying to impress. The high-value man listens attentively and lets silence do some of the talking. This creates space for connection and shows that he's comfortable without needing to control or steer the conversation. Lesson 2. Authenticity above all. The communication of a high-value man is rooted in authenticity. He doesn't try to present an exaggerated version of himself to appear more appealing. There's no manipulation, just honesty. This doesn't mean revealing every personal detail, but it means being real in every interaction. Women are quick to sense when someone is putting on an act, and authenticity becomes a rare trait that stands out. High-value men embrace vulnerability without fear because they know their worth doesn't depend on external approval. What matters most is aligning words with actions, creating trust through consistent behavior. Lesson 3. Confidence in simplicity. Rather than using flashy words or complicated language, high-value men speak simply, yet confidently. They don't try to dazzle with excessive praise or intellectual jargon. Instead, they get to the point, knowing that clarity communicates strength. Simplicity, when paired with confidence, leaves a lasting impression. In interactions with women, this simplicity reflects a man who is sure of himself. He doesn't chase approval by trying too hard or overcomplicating things. The way he speaks mirrors his calm inner state, and that ease becomes contagious to those around him. Lesson 4. Emotional control in conversation. One of the hallmarks of high-value communication is emotional control. A man who has mastered his emotions doesn't react impulsively or get defensive when conversations become tense or uncomfortable. He stays composed and responds thoughtfully. In interactions with women, this emotional control manifests as patience. He can handle disagreements without escalating them, offering calmness instead of chaos. He doesn't need to raise his voice to make his point, because his words carry power when spoken with control. This makes him trustworthy and dependable, qualities that stand out in any relationship. Lesson 5. Respectful boundaries. High-value men understand the importance of setting boundaries, and this extends to their conversations. They don't shy away from saying no when necessary, but they do so with respect and kindness. When speaking to women, they avoid the trap of people-pleasing. Instead, they communicate their limits clearly, knowing that healthy boundaries foster respect. This kind of communication isn't rigid or harsh, but firm. A high-value man knows that mutual respect is non-negotiable, and he ensures that his words reflect this principle. Boundaries, when communicated well, create a sense of security and mutual understanding. Lesson 6. Curiosity without neediness. A high-value man is genuinely curious about others, including women, but this curiosity is free from neediness. He asks thoughtful questions because he's interested, not because he's trying to gain approval or validation. His conversations are balanced. He listens as much as he speaks, making the interaction feel natural and engaging. This kind of interaction shows that he values connection without being overly dependent on it. He knows his worth isn't tied to anyone else's opinion, so his curiosity comes from a place of abundance, not lack. Women find this refreshing, as it creates space for mutual exploration without pressure. Lesson 7. Knowing when to be silent. High-value men understand that silence is a powerful communication tool. They know when to speak, and more importantly, when to stay silent. This silence isn't awkward, it's intentional. It gives both parties space to think and reflect, creating deeper moments of connection. In conversations with women, silence allows emotions to settle and thoughts to surface. It shows that the man is comfortable with pauses and doesn't feel the need to dominate the discussion. By embracing silence, high-value men invite openness and honesty, encouraging the other person to express themselves fully. Lesson 8. Playfulness with control. While high-value men maintain emotional control, they are not cold or detached. They know how to be playful without losing composure. This playful side adds charm and lightness to conversations, making interactions enjoyable and engaging. Playfulness isn't about being reckless or immature. It's about bringing joy into the conversation while maintaining respect. With women, this kind of playfulness makes them feel comfortable and relaxed, creating a connection that feels both meaningful and fun. It reflects a sense of security, as the man doesn't take himself too seriously. Lesson 9. Speaking with purpose. Every word a high-value man speaks carries purpose. He doesn't waste time on gossip, idle complaints, or meaningless chatter. His words reflect his values, intentions, and principles. Whether he's offering advice, giving a compliment, or sharing a thought, his communication feels intentional and grounded. In conversations with women, this purposeful way of speaking fosters respect and admiration. Women appreciate men who are clear about their thoughts and intentions without being forceful or manipulative. Speaking with purpose also shows that the man values both his time and the time of others, further enhancing his appeal. Lesson 10. Communicating without attachment. High-value men engage in conversations without becoming emotionally attached to the outcome. They aren't obsessed with how the other person responds, whether it's a compliment or a disagreement. Their sense of self-worth doesn't fluctuate based on validation or rejection. When speaking with women, this detachment brings a sense of ease. They don't try to control the interaction or force a specific result, like winning approval or securing admiration. Instead, they remain present and authentic, knowing that their value isn't tied to the outcome of any single conversation. This non-attachment communicates self-assurance, making their presence feel refreshing and pressure-free. This approach aligns with Stoic principles. Focus on what's within your control, your words and actions, and release what lies beyond it, such as how others respond. Conversations become less about ego and more about genuine connection. Lesson 11. Inspiring through example. High-value men understand that words can only go so far. Real influence comes from action. Their communication is an extension of how they live. When they talk about values like respect, integrity, or personal growth, it's clear that these aren't just empty words. They embody these principles in their daily lives. In conversations with women, they inspire not by preaching, but by living in alignment with their values. This quiet consistency speaks louder than grand declarations. For example, a high-value man won't talk endlessly about respect. He shows respect through the way he listens and engages. This kind of communication builds trust, as women feel the congruence between his words and actions. It also reflects a stoic mindset, teaching by example and focusing on character development over persuasion. This inspires others naturally, creating a deep and lasting impact without manipulation. Conclusion. So, do high-value men speak differently to women? Absolutely. But the difference isn't just in the words they choose, it's in the mindset behind those words. Their communication reflects self-mastery, purpose, and respect, all of which are deeply aligned with Stoic principles. As we've seen across these 9 lessons, high-value men focus on presence, authenticity, emotional control, and purposeful speech. They know when to be playful and when to be silent, when to ask questions, and when to set boundaries. All of these qualities create meaningful connections without sacrificing their sense of self. Thank you for joining me today. If you found value in this video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to Stoic Strength Hub for more insights on self-improvement, relationships, and the art of living well. Until next time, stay grounded, stay purposeful, and keep growing.